Good morning. It is Monday, September 28th, 2020, and 4:45 in the morning. Um, I didn't, yesterday happened to be a full day, so I didn't end up recording anything outside of my morning uh, video that I did yesterday. It was beautiful though. We rented a car because this morning I do have my endoscopy procedure that starts, and we have to get going relatively soon. So it's a good thing that I am up early today. Which I'm pretty nervous about. General anesthesia, so I'll be through IV, and it's about a 2-hour procedure. They're going to be doing two things. One is that they're going to be putting a stent in the head of my pancreas to allow the vial to flow, in which case it's going to, the idea of it is that it's going to help move along that vial so that I'll no longer be jaundiced, and then that my bilirubin numbers, I think that's how it's pronounced, will go down, which then will get me to a place where I can start chemotherapy. It's like a little bit of double-edged sword, I guess you would call it, because you got to do this, but I think, in some ways that I think about it is that this elevated bilirubin thing is really just a ticking time bomb. I mean, to have like all this bile, I think that's not flowing as it should internally can't be a good thing. So, I mean, it's a good thing that that's being taken care of, but the end goal, in some reasons, is to have the bilirubin numbers come down so that I'm ready for chemo. So, yeah, I mean, it's it's hard to get your head around. It's hard to get my head around. And they're also going to be taking a biopsy of from the mass that's in the pancreas. So, and then I think that in a week's time, I go back to Princess Margaret, to the McCain Clinic, and they're going to go over what kind of a mass it is, etc., etc. So that's what's in store for me today. I'm nervous. I could only imagine sort of what to expect, but all I know is sort of like that by noon, it's gonna be all done, I guess. Don't know what to expect for the rest of the day, what the recovery is going to be like, and everything else. But this part of it, at least, I'm being told that it's so, quote unquote routine and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully, it'll be fine. But I've never really had any kind of like this level of medical procedure before. So I'll have to admit that I am worried about it, especially being put under, I guess. That's a new thing for me. I think the thing that gives me the most discomfort about it is that I probably haven't explained a whole lot about how like my life works, or like how my life is kind of structured. But my mother, she's in Japan. She's been back in Japan since probably my early 20s, and we have an amazing relationship. My mom and I are so great, but it's a very strange relationship because we don't really have a common language. I have a 6-year-old's Japanese, and my mother's English is not even that level of English, I don't think. So we figure it out, but a lot of stuff does get lost in translation. So I didn't know. I mean, firstly, having the conversation with her that I'm sick and that it's incurable last week was, again, with my limited ability to be able to speak Japanese was just so, it was really, really hard. And I'll talk about that another time. But I also didn't just want to throw. I didn't because I didn't even know how to explain it. And she's guarded right now. Like she's sort of. I feel like she's protecting herself, like her heart, And so some of the conversations that we're having is a little bit rushed, and she'll, kind of like say things in spurts. And I know that she's getting herself ready for a lot of different things, mentally and maybe even financially as well. And she was talking about, at least like she was talking about like getting her passport together and things. So I know she's thinking about all those things. And amongst all that, I didn't know how to be like, yeah, so there's a bile obstruction, and it's backed up in my body, and I have jaundice. Like I didn't know how to talk about that or to explain that, and that I needed to do something about that before the next steps around cancer. So I didn't explain it. So I'm a little bit nervous about that. I guess not guilt. Just I wish I could tell her all these things. I wish I had the language to be able to do, not just to tell her these things, but to talk about more things. It's I don't know if it's a regret, but I mean, I also have an amazing relationship with her, so it's hard to say. But I mean, I wish there could be more and deeper kinds of conversations that I can have with her that I just don't have the access to. But it is what it is, and so that's what this morning is going to be anyway. So I'm going to start getting ready shortly. I have a little bit of time just to maybe chill out. I don't, just need to really show up with my health card, apparently, is sort of the way that it goes. And then they take care of everything else. I'm not supposed to eat anything. I'm supposed to have been fasting since midnight, which I've been doing. The only thing that they said that it's okay for me to do is to take my usual medication with a couple of sips of water, which I guess I should be doing very shortly. And then in about a couple of hours' time, we'll hop in the car, go and get the procedure done. And then once that's done, they're going to call Joe to come and pick me up. He can't come in with me because of COVID. They wheel me down to the lobby, and then from there he brings me home. I'm anticipating that because they're going to be doing a procedure down my mouth and throat that I'm going to be sore. I mean, I can't imagine that they're going to be doing all these things through my throat and my throat not feel weird or bad at the end of it. So that'll be interesting. I bought some soup yesterday in preparation for that. And I'm interested in seeing if this operation or this procedure or this putting the stent in and having that vial start to move, if that'll also allow me to start eating different kinds of foods, because this week's I've been feeling good this week. It's because I've been eating super clean. Like the cleaner that I was eating, the better that I was feeling, which is it feels like common sense, something to keep in mind. But I mean, I watch a lot of food YouTube videos, which maybe I shouldn't, but it's hard to break a bad habit. So there's a part of me that wonders if there's going to be an ability for me at some point to be able to eat some of the kinds of foods that I like to eat. I'm not a big like junk food fan or anything like that, but next Sunday is actually my birthday, and I would like to maybe have some sushi. And I think sushi's actually been okay, but I would just like just like to have a nice, sushi, maybe cake. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But anyway, that's the update for today. Again, it's Monday, September 28th, 2020. I'll actually address this in another video, and it'll probably end up being the trailer video for this channel. But I've been recording a bunch of videos since finding out that I'm sick, probably since last week. There's probably been a week of videos that I've been recording, and I'm not posting these. So when you're watching this, you'll likely have either come across it at a much later time, or you've come across it with a bunch that are already have been filmed, and they're going to be out of date. They're not going to be September 28th, for instance. It's going to be probably sometime in October, and the reason why that is because I am in the process of letting people in my life, as well as people that I work with or clients with whom I work with, just letting them know that there's something going on for me and that it's health related. I'm not going to be letting those people know directly that there is this thing that I'm doing that they can watch and learn more about. If they happen to find it, or I haven't quite decided, but the first thing that's most important for me is for me to be able to address it directly with them without them stumbling on information about me going through this real time. So I first want to be able to address what's happening for me personally in one-on-one with people that are in my life before I start putting this stuff up for public consumption. And I anticipate that that's probably going to be another 2 weeks or something like that. And so, and once I feel like I've gotten to that point where I've let people know and that it's just been adequately kind of taken care of, I'm going to first of all put up all the videos that I have made so far, and then they'll probably become more real time as they happen. And I'm trying to figure out another camera setup, one that will also allow me to take you with me if I'm out, and maybe not to the hospitals or anything like that. I don't know. I have no idea how this is going to go, but it's not just going to be me on a couch just talking to you. Hopefully there's going to be maybe some more dynamic, informative stuff going on, but I just wanted to mention that. And then lastly, so what's important to me is that whatever time I have left, I want to live it in the best way that it's possible for me to be able to live it. And one of the decisions that I made is that for me to keep working, or to try to keep working, and then for me to also be going through treatments, I don't think is going to work on a long-term basis. And this is the reason why I've decided to close my practice in the next while. But that also means that I'm left with a lack of income, and my husband is also self-employed, so anytime he has to take off time from work, and we're both small business owners, and this is gonna be one of a financial hit, and it's gonna be a challenge. But it's also I'm also hoping that, like I said, the remaining time that I have isn't spent worrying about finances or money. So I'm hoping that if this is interesting to you, or if you want to support me in any way, if you can subscribe and maybe let other people know to watch and to subscribe. if I get to 1,000 people who are subscribers, YouTube will monetize these videos, and it might not necessarily be a whole lot, but it'll be something. And as I think time goes on, I'm trying to also figure out maybe different ways that if people are open to supporting me, that there'll be opportunities to do so. It could be a one-time thing, that maybe it's also something I can set up where it could be a small monthly donation that would help while I'm just trying to spend sort of the remaining time that I have in the best way that I can, and it's something that I'd be very grateful for. But at the end of the day, that's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I wanted to document my journey and for people to have an opportunity to see what one woman's experience is like through this, in as honest as a way that I can. And but more than anything, even if you don't do any of those things, what I hope is that you take care of yourself, because you never know what can happen, and to maybe tell someone, maybe everyone in your life, that you love them, those that you do, because life is short, and you never know when things can change. So anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments below. I may not be necessarily the person to be looking through them, just because there's just so much going on. But your help, your support, your love, we deeply appreciate it. So if you even can send some love my way at this time, that would mean so much. So thank you again, and I will be speaking to you on the other side of the endoscopy procedure, hopefully later today. Okay, take care and bye.